Sharuk, how are we doing back there? We're ready. Okay, very good. Thank you, everyone, and good evening. This is the regular meeting of the Suffern Central School District Board of Education for Tuesday, January 20th, 2026. We are going to recall this meeting to order, and may the record reflect that all board members are now present. Our first item tonight is the public hearing on the proposed changes to the 2025-2026 district-wide safety plan. Do I have a motion to open up the district-wide safety plan to a public hearing? Mrs. You want to do the pledge first? We have that after the public hearing, but yeah, it's on the calendar. I'm not going to forget. Okay. Okay. Mrs. Hodge, and do I have a second to open up the public hearing? Second. And Mr. Shapiro, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, very well. Is there anybody who's here to speak on the proposed changes to the 2025-2026 district-wide safety plan? Now is the time for that. This is the public hearing. Okay. In that case, we're going to close the public hearing on the proposed changes to the 2025-2026 district-wide safety plan, and we will now begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, and next is our student board member report. Good evening, Joy.
Good evening. So this Friday marks the end of quarter 2, and at Suffern High School, we're starting off the second semester already thinking about the next year. So this Thursday, guidance will go to Suffern Middle School to talk to the 8th graders about the rotating schedule and potential electives. Next Tuesday, the 27th, at 6 p.m., 8th grade parents will have the opportunity to attend 8th grade parent orientation at Suffern High School and learn about different Suffern High School programs and meet with the department chairs. Beginning February, counselors will meet with students in their English classes, and they will meet throughout February and March individually for different scheduling. They will also meet with juniors specifically to talk about senior year and their post-secondary plans. February 11th, during unit lunch, there will be the elective fair, where the different elective departments will have tables with different options to increase interest. Outside of Suffern High School, at R.P. Conner Elementary School, following John Marshall's recent visit, a weather station has been installed on the roof, providing real-time weather and lunar data to support science instruction and student inquiry. Community members can access the data through the Davis WeatherLink app by searching R.P. Conner Elementary School. The school-wide career day will take place on Friday, January 30th during the school day, and more than 15 careers will be represented, giving students exposure to a wide range of professions and pathways. At Cherryland Elementary School last week, a motivational speaker, Donovan Tolbert, spoke to students about overcoming adversity and the power of being kind. That evening, Tolbert also spoke to R.P. Conner and Cherryland parents during a special PTA event, which was a great success. On Wednesday, Cherryland grades 3 to 4 will have their winter concerts during the school day. At Sloatsburg Elementary School, students had the pleasure of enjoying an amazing assembly brought by the PTA. 123 Andres are rock stars for little English learners and performed a lively concert in both English and Spanish. Thank you to the PTA for bringing them to Sloatsburg. Kindergarten students will be visited on January 23rd by Viola Water Company educators, where they will participate in hands-on learning experiences about the ecosystem. In Montebello Elementary School on January 13th, grade 5 family, students, and faculty members attended the Montebello grade 5 concert at Suffern Middle School, where the orchestra, band, and chorus performed. Also, the 3rd and 4th grade concerts will be held on Friday, January 23rd, and we can't wait to watch them perform as well. At Suffern Middle School last week, 8th grade learners were pushed into 6th grade leadership academies to facilitate a lesson on habit number 4, which is think win-win. They explored the concept of emotional bank accounts and were paired with accountability buddies. To enrich and bring the curriculum to life, Suffern Middle School is excited to share that funding has been secured for 2 meaningful experiences. Every 6th grader will go to the moon during a visit to the Challenger Center in May, and every 8th grader will participate in a visit to the Holocaust Museum in March. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for doing all the heavy lifting tonight, Joy, and wishing safe trips to all of our students who are going to the moon, and safe trip back. We're now going to move on to the minutes of the regular meeting of January 6, 2026. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes? Good. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes for January 6, 2026? Mr. Donnelly, second. Mr. Andert, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, superintendent's comments.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year again. I think we already had a January meeting, so maybe I didn't need to say that again, but it's great to see everyone here. Nice to have a very impressive group right up here in the first and second row. Those of you that further behind, you're also impressive, but we're really excited to have some of our students here this evening. We have members of the USO, which is really our student governing body at the high school present, and then also our National History Honor Society students that are here. And they have a few words for the Board of Education and the public, and I'm going to ask their teacher and advisor, Mr. Scott Kaplan, to come on up to the lectern and do the appropriate introductions.
Okay, so let me say that again. Good evening, and my name is Scott Kaplan, and I am here representing two of the best organizations at Suffern High School. One of them I am the full advisor for, which is USO. As you see, there's a presentation that they've developed, and you'll be hearing more about the United Student Organization. And we have a number of our board members who are going to come up and then introduce themselves. And I'm also co-advisor for the National History Honor Society with Kim Cleary, who's also our department chairperson at Suffern High School. Kim unfortunately could not be here tonight, but I'm representing her and myself and the other board members. So without further ado, I'm going to call up our USO board members, and they're going to introduce themselves and talk to you about what we do during the year.
Good evening. First, we would like to thank the Board of Ed for allowing us to come up here and speak tonight. My name is Dylan Kaplan, and we are a United Student Organization. So who are we? Our advisor is Mr. Kaplan. Presidents is Ben Courtney and myself, Dylan Kaplan. Vice Presidents, Jiho Lee, Aiden Anthony, and Ivan Lee. Public Relations, Yunho Lee and James Shodell. Secretaries, Keshav Sakrani and Alima Mukhtar. Treasurers, Tina Lee and Justin Digga. PR Outreach to Clubs, Kyla Horowitz and Marissa Goodman. And Event Planner and Remind, Liz Torres and Marissa Goodman.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Torres, and I'm a junior, and Marissa and I are part of the event planning for USO. We're going to start tonight with what we have done so far. Obviously, homecoming has been one of our big events that we've done so far this year, and we organized and sold approximately 600 tickets for homecoming and raised around $23,000. Extended lunch is part of our Spirit Week. We do it usually on the Thursday before Spirit Day. And we set up all the popcorn, cotton candy, snow cones, balloon artists, and etc. And we have fun activities to build up school spirit. And then over on the right, you'll see some pictures of, we get a lot of volunteers throughout the high school to help us set up and take down all the events that we do. And then also with what we have done, we have our pep rally, which is the Friday of Spirit Week always. We ran the sophomore and freshman pep rally and then the junior and senior pep rally. We get a lot of upperclassmen to help organize the freshman and sophomore pep rally to, help them like break out of their shell and really have fun in a lot of the events that we plan. And then building up school spirit with competitive activities. We do like tug of war, up and under, sprinting competitions. It's really fun. And then Spirit Week, is organized fall and winter Spirit Weeks. So we have one this fall that we did, which includes homecoming, Spirit Day, extended lunch. And then we have our winter Spirit Week. We'll also talk later in the presentation about our spring Spirit Week. And we came up with dress up themes for that.
Hi, my name is Marissa Goodman. I'm a senior. This is just an experience of what the pep rally really is like. We introduce the athletes. We play a bunch of fun games. Mr. Kaplan really gets us going. So here is what it's like to be a junior or a senior at the pep rally at Suffern High School.
So this is a little bit more about what we've done so far this year. So club approval and support. Approved the creation of multiple clubs, which we do at our meetings every other Wednesday, and then helped promote club activities and provided funds for clubs. And then we had our Jade Bistro Dine to Donate on December 10th, and we raised around $600.
What are we going to do next? Spring week, like we said, we're going to try and get it outside. We finally got one outside for the first time in a couple of years due to the weather. We're able to do a lot more things like bouncy castles, and they don't let us do cotton candy out inside, so it'll be nice to do that outside. We're going to participate in the MN2 blood drive, which is coming up this February on the 19th. We have a slide about that coming up as well. We're going to participate in cultural cafeteria. I know Keshav Sakrani has been really helpful with that. He's going to continue to help organize lunch events that will be co-hosted with cultural clubs in an attempt to build school spirit and cultural awareness between the long time between now and spring break. We're going to continue to encourage the establishment and approve new clubs, possibly another Dine to Donate on the cards, and a not-for-profit sport tournament during lunch.
So for meetings, we have board meetings with just our board members and Mr. Kaplan the first and third Wednesdays of each month. And then our general meetings, which is open to anyone in the high school, is the second and fourth Wednesday of each month. Also, every Wednesday and Sunday, Mr. Kaplan sends out a remind message to most of the school at 7 p.m. in an English version and at 7:05 in a Spanish version. And we're always seeking more information from all clubs and organizations to notify the student body. So whether it's up and coming sports events, club events, meetings, things at lunch, or just things that like the word needs to get spread throughout the high school, that's a great place that it usually does.
Okay, so the purpose of USO. The purpose of the USO is to unify the student body of Suffern High School and to provide them with an expanded means of communication. In order for this organization to function efficiently and best serve the students, its members, the entire student body, must be active participants. The USO hopes to promote an effective and constructive student government for all clubs. An all for one and one for all philosophy is prevalent. Each student activity will be responsible to the USO, and the USO will be responsible to each activity. Cooperation among various school groups is built into the plan. Each activity remains autonomous in terms of operating its own program. All budgeting functions are administered by the USO. The structure provides for constant communication between the USO and the school administration. It will also provide for communication among students, teachers, and parents. Each group has the right of petition to the USO for fundraising as long as it is a group that participates in the activity of the USO. There's a few more. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Justin Ziga. I am a senior and I am one of the co-treasurers of the USO community. So upcoming for USO, which is a very big deal to us and the Maddie Nipcom family, is the Maddie Nipcom blood drive. We hold this annually, and this year we'll be holding it in the Suffern High School cafeteria on February 19th. We'll be running it from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's always a great time. So many people come out to represent. We have like a wide range of people that come out, and we're working on getting information to be sent out right now. We're working on getting the flyers from the Maddie Nipcom Association, and we always want as many people participating in this and coming as possible because New York State as a whole is actually in a blood emergency. It's a great event for the community. It's a great event to help for an amazing cause, and we hope to see so many people there who want to help out.
The mini Spirit Week. Along with the Student Advisory Committee, USO has been thinking about more ways to get students to come into school as well as want to actually be in school. We have found that this time of the year is mentally and physically challenging. Proposal that is being worked out, a new type of winter or mid-February, early March Spirit Week. During unit lunch, it would be a full week of movies, karaoke, and food. Nothing major during class periods, but definitely something to consider and something that will help students get through the long third quarter and push towards a strong end of the year.
Hi, my name is James Shodell. I'm a senior and part of the public relations team. Another idea we have is that we could do a spike ball tournament during unit lunch. We've seen success in things like the handball tournament mainly, but also basketball and volleyball tournaments have seen success during lunch. And spike ball is something that like everyone could pick up. A lot of people play it like on the beach or just in their free time. So it's going to be helpful. It's going to help get a lot of people at unit lunch and also help build a strong community.
So our spring Spirit Week will be from May 18th to May 21st, and it will either be the 20th or the 21st, depending on the extended lunch will be depending on makeup snow days. And during our extended lunch, we have popcorn, snow cones, cotton candy, inflatables, and of course the return of our most popular attraction is the balloon artist. And we will have other clubs and organizations involved in hosting events. We have History Honor Society, who hosts a staff kickball game versus the students. We have Pause for Change, who sometimes brings in a dog. The Wellness Club runs a few events. Our Honor Society runs a few art events. We have cupcakes made by our FACS teachers, and we have multiple games going on in front of the school ran by our phys ed department. So we would like to say thank you, and we appreciate the support of the Suffern Central School District Board of Education, and we encourage all of you to attend any of our events. So thank you for providing us with our opportunity to speak to all of you for a few moments tonight, and have a great night and the rest of the school year.
So as USO sits down, the money that they raise, the $23,000 and then the other $600 is not just for USO, it's for all the student clubs. The students will then come to us, and if there's a need, each one of the clubs gets at least $200 to start off with, and they're then supposed to fundraise, but then we are there to supplement other activities as well. We've helped out some of our DECA groups go off onto competitions and win state championships and, show Mountie pride. So we are here to support all the clubs at all times. So that money is there in a USO-based activities fund, actually run by our school treasurer, Craig Jacoby. And Craig, has a keen eye over that in terms of the spending aspect and everything allotted as well. So just for everyone's knowledge. Now, as USO has now ended their presentation, thank you guys, very nice job. I'm now going to call up the National History Honor Society board members. And this makes us very proud because we are a national organization that's been recognized for over 20 years, started by Kim Cleary and now co-advised by Kim and myself. And we've been recognized as one of the best chapters in the United States 4 times since Kim has taken it over. So kudos to Kim. And what we're going to be here tonight is to tell you a little about History Honor Society, really focusing in on our Civics Day, which is a tremendous type of activity that our district really backs us, and we thank you for all the backing as we travel to all the elementary schools and talk to them all about civics and participation in the community. And I'm going to have our board members talk more about it. So without further ado, the National History Honor Society board can come on up and introduce yourselves, and it's your floor.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Kieran Guerrero. I'm a senior at Suffern High School, and I'm the co-public relations manager for History Honor Society. Thank you for having us, first of all. And we're going to talk to you, like Mr. Kaplan said, a little bit about what we do as an honor society and Civics Day, mainly. So.
Hi, I'm Cassidy Sheldon. I'm a senior at Suffern High School, and I am co-president of our chapter of History Honor Society. So who are we? We are Suffern High School's chapter of National History Honor Society. Our objective is to recognize the achievements of students who excel in fields of social sciences. We strive to organize enjoyable activities that have roots in community service, civics, and citizenship. We are an incredibly involved club, not only in Suffern High School, but in the district as a whole, and we're going to talk to you about some of the activities that we do in the Suffern High School community, as well as in the district as a whole, specifically our Civics Day.
Okay, so my name is Brenda Martinez, and I'm the co-secretary of the Honor Society. So what do we do a part of the National History Honor Society? We focus on community, civics, and service. So a part of community, we focus on building community at specifically Suffern High School. Some events that we do during extended lunch, as we mentioned before, were the kickball event with faculty versus students during Spirit Week, the first one at the beginning of the year. Another thing we do is focus on civics and promoting our civic responsibility in our community. And we promoted this at One Suffering Day when we were able to teach adolescents and young children, a part of all the elementary schools, about fulfilling their civic responsibility and promoting awareness of voting. We had them vote between sweet and sour at the event. Another thing we do is service. We recognize our veterans. The day before Veterans Day, we had a couple days out. We had students sign cards that were sent out to veterans. We worked with the Military Appreciation Club to send out these letters, and this was important to teach students of bringing positive thoughts and bringing awareness of their members in their own communities.
Okay, so this year, Civics Day is something that we do every year. We, as a History Honor Society, our board members and our regular members, we go down to the elementary schools and we teach them about things like civic responsibilities. This year, our theme is fulfilling our civic responsibility. So on the 12th, we're gonna go. All of us are gonna go to the elementary schools. We split up into teams and we present to the kids about different topics. So like voting, just things that they need to know as citizens of our country. So those are some of the themes we're focusing on: branches of government, purpose of laws, the Bill of Rights, voting, being a community contributor. All these things we think are really important for the younger kids to know as they grow up in Suffern. And especially since this year's especially important because we wanted to focus on the new 4 core values initiative, really zeroing in on the community aspect. We think that this is a great way for the high school community and the younger generations of Suffern students to connect. And it's a really good learning experience.
So what is the purpose of our Civics Day? It's not only, a way to get out of school for a day, but it's really educational. So the education portion, this visit allows younger generations to be given an opportunity to learn about different topics within this theme of civics and government. We mentioned a few before, branches of government. A lot of our groups this year are focused on community, and I think that's very fitting with the new themes that we're trying to expose the community to the district. Impact, these lessons will help younger students to gain a greater understanding of important topics. They'll be significant as they grow up, because who knows, they might be the next board of our History Honor Society. And connection, this visit will give high school students the opportunities to connect with and pass down information to younger students while fostering Suffern High School's community. While this isn't the only time that older kids go down to the younger grades, like Here's and Cool Kids, we have opportunities like that. I feel like this is a great way for us to connect with really like young kids, because Here's and Cool Kids, a lot of middle school, 5th graders, but here we're going to all the grades, kindergarten through 5th grade.
Okay, so what will be presented at each school? Our students at Suffern High School have been working since the beginning of November to come up with themes and activities for Civics Day. So for Civics Day, each school, we work with the elementary schools, Cherry Lane, Sloatsburg, Montebello, and RP Connor. We work collaboratively with the teachers to come up with a lesson and activity. As I said, our students have been working during lunch to come up with our themes, and we have multiple teams for each school. Not everybody will be talking to every single class. We know that's impossible to do. So we've broken up into groups and various grades to showcase activities. Some other things that we have done, as I mentioned before, we were doing sweet versus sour to emphasize the importance of voting. Another activity that we have done is we've had students create their own Bill of Rights for their own classrooms, and trying to get these students involved overall to recognize that these their civic responsibility focuses on themselves and has an impact on them. It's not just something that is for older adults, that they also have a say in their own community.
Hi, my name is Santiago Belvedere, and at RP Connor, we will be presenting how to be a good community contributor, voting rights, how to be a good citizen and community member, and how to be supportive in your community. I was chosen to do voting rights, and at RP Connor, my partner and I will talk about. We will have an activity which is M&Ms versus Skittles, and we will be given a poll. We will give the little kids a poll, and we will let them have a taste of what an actual election looks like. And it's a way to let people share their voices, especially as at a young age. It shows that voting isn't just something your parents do. It's something that you can do in a couple years, or for them, a decade or two. So yeah, it's something that could really affect them and their everyday lives in the future.
Hi, my name is James Shodell. I'm representing History Honor Society with the shirt. I don't know, I'm the only one that wore it, I guess. So I'm part of Montebello, and we're going to be talking about the Bill of Rights. We're going to be presenting what it is and its historical significance first. But then after that, we're going to really talk about what it is. Basically, the Bill of Rights is the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, but more importantly, it's like 10 basic human rights, and we're going to loop that into how, like, those 10 basic rights. If you could respect that with other people, you're not only going to be a good member of your community, but people might look up to you as a leader. And then finally, we'll talk about the importance of laws and voting, because the laws, obviously, you need to follow them. It's basically how human society runs. And then also the importance of voting. That's another part of being a good member of your community. Participating in voting and being able to vote for your preferred officials in the government is something that's really important.
So I'm going to Sloatsburg. So some of the things that we're presenting is Sloatsburg. Each school does it differently. Each group can kind of decide their own presentations. But at Sloatsburg, what we're doing is we're doing one presentation for the kindergarten and first graders, and then one presentation for the second graders. We're going to talk about what makes a good leader, some stuff about voting. For the second graders, we're going to talk about the branches of government, and we're going to talk about laws with the second graders as well. For the kindergarten and first graders, we're explaining the concept of voting for them. That might be like a new concept. The activities we're going to do, we're going to hold like a class vote. We made slides with like two different options, and they're going to go to different sides of the room to kind of get them moving, get them engaged. And then for our second graders, we're going to do another activity with the branches of government. We're going to split the class up into a legislative and a judicial branch, and they're going to the legislative branch is going to make the laws. Judicial branch is going to vote on the laws, and then the executive branch, which is the teacher or one of us, will decide who will be the president. They're going to get to veto the law. So it's veto the laws or pass them. So it's kind of like a cool demonstration, little mini like taste of what goes on in our government, and because we think it's really important for them to know as they grow up as citizens of America and as citizens of Suffern, so they know that they have a say in their own community.
Hi, I'm Larkin Miliacho, and I'm the other co-public relations officer alongside Karen. I was chosen alongside Kate Shahan, who couldn't be here tonight, to go to Cherry Lane. And we're going to be talking about working to be a group leader, learning about elections, the importance of voting, historical monuments, and how I can be a good community member. My group is going to be doing historical monuments with some of the younger kids, and our activity is going to be having them with little like pasta sticks and mini marshmallows, and they're going to be recreating these little historical monuments in kind of like mini games, and they're going to have to race each other and make these monuments and see who can create it the best way. Another activity that we do, which is mainly popular among multiple years, is making their own bumper stickers to campaign for kind of like being a little president. And that one's always really fun with the younger kids because it's very easy for them to learn what these kind of bumper stickers are and just kind of seeing all these different marketing ways.
So our overall goals for Civics Day are to promote civics in our community, and we recognize that we want to bring awareness into the younger grades. This is a popular theme to promote civics across, to encourage active participation and the growth of new leaders in our community. And we hope that these presentations and activities will show the younger generations that they also can become involved in their own communities, and that it's beyond just our country, that it's also within Suffern at all. And we're so excited for the 2026 National History Honor Society Civics Day, and hope you guys enjoyed learning about it. Thank you so much for the opportunity to talk with you guys today. And we hope you guys will anticipate the activities that we will do. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to the National History Honor Society and the USO. In a moment, there's a request for a group photo, so I'm going to ask all of you to come up for a minute and the board to join in that photo. But before we do that and allow you to leave, I just want to commend both organizations on being really great examples of what we're looking for from our student organizations here at Suffern Central, right? So the USO being really the role model for all other organizations. And I recognize that you also provide oversight and governance and some funding to those organizations, but it's a really good example of providing you with leadership and governing opportunities that will certainly prepare you well for later on in life. And not only that, but just the culture that all of you help establish for Suffern High School. You make these events and these weeks really exciting, not just for you, not just for your friends, but for all the Suffern students. And it's becoming a more and more inclusive opportunity for students. And it's really, it's inspiring for me to walk into that building and see the energy, whether it's at a pep rally or, one of the handball competitions. It's really fantastic. And then the National History Honor Society. What an incredible legacy you've had here and continue to have here at Suffern High School, and the work that you're doing to inspire our youngest students is just tremendous. A couple of you mentioned the strategic blueprint that talks about reaching out to our community and also inspiring younger students to look up to their older fellow students. This is a great example of that. And Civics Day is an exciting day for everyone. And it's a reminder also, by the way, for the adults on how we should be behaving more and more when it comes to civics. And you are teaching us just as much as you're probably teaching the little kiddos as well. So thank you for the work that you do in helping to move civics in a very positive direction. And Mr. Kaplan, thank you for you and Ms. Cleary for being great advisors to both organizations and for all the work that you do on this. So thank you very much, everybody, for being here. So with that being said, I'd like to ask the Board of Education and administrative team to get up in the front here with the students. We're going to squeeze in really tight and get a photo. And thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Get home safe, guys.
It's cold out there. And just when board members thought my superintendent comments were concluded, they are not. I wanted to really give a quick shout out to our incredible Suffern robotics team that had an amazing weekend up at the Albany Academy qualifier. That's right. Nice round of applause for the robotics team. They ended the qualification round in 12th place. However, they won the really prestigious Inspire Award. They came in first place for the Inspire Award. It's the highest award you can receive. It qualifies them for the state championship in Utica. And aside from winning the Inspire Award, two of their team members, Braden Gutterman and Ramiz Nuami, were nominated for the semifinals for the Dean's List Award. This goes to the students who exemplify leadership in their teams and communities who embody the leadership of FIRST. Another great example of Suffern students providing leadership opportunities. And if there's an organization that is out in the community a ton, not just talking about robotics, but talking about what it's like to be a Suffern High School student, it's the robotics team. They do a remarkable job. And Mr. Mugno, the lead advisor for that, does a great job. I want to congratulate them. And hopefully we have more exciting things from them to look forward to later on this season. And thus concludes my superintendent's report.
Thank you. That was a big one. All right. We're going to move on now to public participation. This is on action items only. Action items are on our agenda tonight at 2.01 through 2.12. Is there anybody here tonight who's here to speak on an action item only? Okay, looks like not. So we are going to move on to our action items. Is there any item tonight that a board member would like to pull? Okay, looks like not. All right. Do I have a motion for consent agenda to approve action items 2.01 through 2.12? Mr. Frazier, second. Mr. Donnelly, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, very well. Then we're going to move on now to our regular public participation section. This is on any district-related business. If anybody is here to speak about any district-related business, please come forward. Please keep your remarks to 3 minutes. Please give us your name. And also, please do not mention anyone in the district by name, whether staff, student, or teacher. Is there anybody here who's to speak from the public about any district-related business? Okay, looks like not. Then we're going to close that portion of the meeting and move on to board member comments. Do any board members have any comments tonight? Mr. Shapiro.
Don't be surprised that I have a board member comment. So I was planning tonight to talk about voting, aside from what we just learned or what we heard, because on May 19th, which is one day less than 4 months away, we have a budget vote and a board member election. So this isn't for us so much, because I'm assuming we're going to be voting if we live here, but it's for all of the people who may be listening in. Please mark it on your calendars. It's May 19th. It's a Tuesday. Polls open at 6. They close at 9. Please come out and vote. Extremely important. It's your civic responsibility. And if you have been listening throughout the night, you heard that mentioned by students. And you also heard about the importance of voting. So please make it a point that you come out and vote on May 19th, and you should come out and vote during any election. Doesn't really matter what election it is, local, national, statewide. Exercise your right to vote. I want to congratulate the USO and the National History Honor Society for 2 really solid presentations tonight. I was very impressed, and our students have really done a terrific job, and I'm not surprised. And that's it for me. Aren't you lucky?
Thank you. Anyone else? Any other comments tonight from any other board members? No? Okay. Well, I also want to say thank you to Mr. Kaplan for being here tonight, and to Ms. Cleary also for all the good work you do with these students. It's always our pleasure having students come and present to us. It's a great reminder of who and what we're here for. And we're so pleased to see not only the presentations about civics, but having them right here participating in the actual democratic process itself. And thank you, Mr. Shapiro, for the election reminder. To all newly registered Suffern High School students, this is a great opportunity to get out and start exercising your voting muscles. Might be the first election you get to vote in. So very exciting. And that concludes my comments. Superintendent's closing comments.
I have no further comments.
All right. On the matter of scheduling, I just want to let everyone know, upcoming, there is going to be a change of date for the March 17 meeting that will now be held on March 24th. So just mark your calendars. If you were planning to come to the 17th meeting, instead you can have a very wonderful St. Patrick's Day celebration and come on the 24th instead. However, our next meeting will be Tuesday, February 3rd at 7:30 p.m. right back here in Hilburn. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Mr. Donnelly, second. Mrs. Hodge, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All right. Very good. See everybody back here February 3rd. Thank you.